Legit, man, legit. All right. Check, check, check. There we go. Perfect. All right, let me share. Y'all know I gotta share it on live. Shit, I gotta make sure it was. Thank y'all so much for tuning into the All Things Life and Sports show. Turn it down, good enough. With Kylan Thomas. That's me. I'm your host, Kylan Thomas. Let's get into it. As y'all probably can see off the title, we got to get more into this Luca AD trade, Mavs Lakers trade. Kind of just a little couple of more little details that came out about it. Um, One side, Nico Harrison them said in a press conference that potentially Luca may have not have wanted to sign the max. Um, Luca debunked that quick in his presser with the Lakers. One side, look, I'm gonna put it to you like this: we traded a 25-year-old that's in his prime. He's made five first team All NBA. Five, he's made them straight, five straight times. Okay, you traded that away and got little to nothing. I'm not saying AD is nothing. That's what I said, little to nothing. Here's my thing. Just stick with the what you said. Just stick with the we have a certain culture, we have a certain type of player we want. There's reports of the leaking of he's 270 pounds, he drinks, he smokes, he doesn't seem to be all in with really wanting to win. It's a thing about Luca. Every season it take him a little bit to get going. He come in, he don't come in shape. He gotta get going. And it man, y'all was just in the finals last season. Now it was horrible. AD filled a need, but stop with the shenanigans. Stop with the oh he might not want to sign his money or no. Just be outright. Y'all didn't think he fit y'all's culture, okay? You didn't think he wanted to do the extra work that it took to become a champion. That's the reason y'all traded Luka Doncic. But the title, why I titled it the way I titled it, is because this was one of my first thoughts when I saw the trade. Then more information came out about the fact that Nico Harrison, the GM, stated he didn't offer the trade up to no other team. They did it secretly. They didn't notify coaches. They didn't even notify players. LeBron say he don't know about it. That's neither here nor there. But here's why I titled it the way I titled it. And we're gonna start kind of I'm gonna give this a little bit about the basketball. We're gonna tie it into the NFL because sports, all our major sports here in America, NBA, NFL, are under scrutiny as far as officiating. These storylines matter more than the actual fan experience and fans actually having a fair shot of other teams, their teams being able to win. Da, 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 da. So that it's gonna tie in. But more so on this basketball thing. Nico Harrison, you never put Luca on the trade block. You didn't give other teams opportunities to shop around to get Luca services. You got Max Christie, Anthony Davis, in the first round pick that's all the way in 2029. That's what you got back for Luca Doncic. I don't think people. No, we understand it. I don't think they understand how that makes the NBA look. And I'm gonna put the clip in here of Brian Rinhorst talking about it. But Nico and Rob Pelinka have a relation, like a relation. They've known each other for years. Nico Harrison used to be an exec at Nike. This is that's what I said. This is all information that's come out. Windhorst said Nico used to be an exec at Nike when Pelinka introduced Kobe from when he switched from Adidas to Nike. So they already have a working relationship. They already have both have dealt with big name guys together. So that's that history. So we're supposed to get fans to believe there's no collusion, there's no scripting, we don't care about storyline. We're supposed to get fans to believe that when we have a GM of a team who known said GM from another team, he happens to be the GM Rob Pelinka of the Lakers. I said, let me call my boy Rob. And I'm only gonna call Rob. Nobody else. I'm not gonna give no other team the opportunity to get Luka. Okay. I'm gonna call Rob. We're gonna do this secretly. Okay. I'm gonna only get AD Max Christie in the first round pick. All that talk we had when the Jazz gave Rudy Gobert the amount they gave up, y'all couldn't get no more than that for Luka Doncic. Y'all couldn't get no more than that for Luka Doncic. It's absolutely about storylines. It is. I keep telling y'all this about the NBA, NFL. These are entertainment businesses. They care about the entertainment, the drama, the viewership. What I just did a video on it with Adam Silver. He talked about taking the games down to 10 minutes because the TV audience doesn't want to watch 2 more minutes. No, Adam, the problem is it takes officiating 5 years to review a call that they still end up getting wrong. A player can't talk a question officiating about a call without getting a flavor. That's why we're not watching. I'm not watching the NBA because there's 2 more minutes. That's what we're used to. So this commissioner is willing to change the game in certain ways to get the viewership, to get ratings up, and all that. Then let's talk of should they have vetoed this trade. I'm gonna put it like this, and I'm gonna put Clifford Whitlock talking about this. I don't think the trade should have been vetoed because I know what this is. It's business. It's business move again. The Lakers have went from Jerry West to Wilt to Kareem to Magic to Shaq to LeBron to Kobe to LeBron now to Luka. The Lakers always seem to manage to have the big name star players. Lakers always seem to manage to get said play. And for this to have happened the way that it happened, we cannot be mad or be at fans that question. There's got to be some kind of collusion going on behind the scenes with the NBA. Adam Silver is not going to veto this trade. Nobody's watching the NBA. I just talked about it. The amount of people that have been talking about this trade the day it happened, not even the day it happened in the middle of the night. Everybody woke up that day. Everybody talked about the trade. Everybody talked about it the day after that. We're still talking about it. I'm up here talking about it. So a commissioner that's dealing with ratings problems, he's not going to veto a trade that's giving him said ratings. Not everybody's ready to watch AD, his first game with the Mavericks. Everybody ready to watch Luka, his first game with the Lakers. It's just a report before I came on here that the Lakers Pacers game is going to replace another game, and that's potentially Luka's first game as a Laker for national TV game. Now to get to the basketball side, who I think won the trade for short term, the Mavericks absolutely won the trade short term. You got a big in Anthony Davis. Y'all have already been a good defensive team. You got Gafford, you got Lively, you got PJ Washington. Those are all good defenders. You get AD and Max Christie, who are good defenders. AD is a great, dominant big who can defend and give you the points that Washington, Gafford, and them cannot give you, that Lively cannot give you on a night-to-night basis. AD's first team all offense, first team all defense. You pair him with Kyrie. Hopefully, can get Klay Thompson back, just spot up shooting. For short term, the Mavericks won the trade. You look at that Celtics final; it was horrible. It was horrible. Luka hasn't been playing this season anyway. He's been hurt. He had a calf strain. So for short term, the Mavs got a guy. The Mavs got a player in AD in which they need. For people saying they already got bids, since when has having the size advantage in the NBA been a bad thing? We can go back to the bubble for when the Lakers won in the bubble. They had the size advantage. Now, am I going to sit up here and say AD, Kyrie will lead them back to the finals? That's yet to be seen. I think they can. I think they can. AD is gonna. I don't think like there's some people that are just making this because Luka is who he is. We get it. AD is not a scrub. And for what we've said, the Lakers have needed. You had a guy in AD that can give you that, and they just gave it up. AD don't want to play the five. He ain't got to play the five with the Mavericks. So you just pair AD with a Washington Lively Gafford. Now them guys really just got to worry about, hey, you just be fan. You just be that help side. So what I'm saying is, short term, the Mavericks won the trade. Now, short term, Lakers. This is where y'all are. Y'all got Luka, AD, Austin Reeves. Luka, AD, Austin Reeves. Who gonna hold the ball? Who gonna have the ball the majority of the time? All of them like to have the ball. All of them like to have the ball. Okay, Bron can play out ball. I'm interested to see where this leaves Austin Reeves in this rotation. Where this leaves Austin. Here's my thing. And again, I like Luka is Luka, but AD is AD also. We didn't think the Lakers would get anywhere with LeBron, AD, and Austin Reeves. So where do we think they're gonna be with LeBron, Luka, Austin Reeves? Luka who don't play defense. They've been a struggling defensive team. Then you take away the guy that was giving you that. Now the trade deadline is tomorrow by 6 p.m. Now this is predicated upon I said both teams still got time to make any other trades that they need to make. But for short term, the Mavericks absolutely won this trade. For long term, the Lakers absolutely won the trade because you got your next face of the franchise. Once LeBron gone, you transition to Luka. You transition to Luka. Mavericks, Kyrie is old. AD is old. Klay is old. Who is after? Who is going to be your next star after Luka? We were saying AD could have took the reins in LA. That could be a possibility. But we're talking about Luka is 25. You got him who's like 20, no, like 18, 19, 20. That's when you got Luka. Who is that guy for you guys going forward? But here is, and I want to pull it because we're talking about culture and kind of what the Mavs wanted. They say they wanted. Nico and them say they wanted in a player, and that I understand that. I understand that. So here is the Mavs GM. Here is Nico Harrison on kind of the culture and why they decided to make this trade and get AD. I think I got it. Pulling up. Let me figure out how to name these tabs. Here we go.
Defensively and offensively. But, if you can name first team All NBA players that are also first team All Defensive players. That's a unique unicorn to try to find, and we're able to find that. And as well, you look at Max Christie. He was their starting two guard, guarded all the top players in the league, and he's young and athletic and bouncy, and gets his hands on lots of balls. So we really feel that they're bringing in, they're adding into the culture that we're trying to create here. We feel that defense wins championships, and we're excited to go. We feel like we're built to win now as well as in the future.
Nico, this is obviously.
So that is Mavericks GM Nico Harrison on why they decided to make the trade that they made and got the player AD. That's what they're doing. They're showing up on their defense. But they added in a guy who's also a great defensive player that can also give you 30 on the offensive end. I be having a shot here. So that part makes sense. But then as the time went on, we were getting into okay. He mentioned he himself was the porch where the Mavericks had to sign. They was about to have to sign Luka to a $345 million super max contract. Okay, they wanted to get off of Luka so they didn't have to pay that money. That's what I think. That's one of the main reasons was. But it's predicated on how they felt about Luka and his work ethic. If I see you ain't working, you can't come into shape and you making 50 million, why would I give you 70 million? I'm giving you more money to be who you already are, to be who you already been. I'm giving you more money to continue to not play defense. And I'm put it like this: I'm a big Luka fan. I'm a big Kyrie fan. I wanted the Mavs to win, but that final performance was horrible. I'm shocked they made it to the finals, but they got there. That's which is crazy because the way we're talking about Luka, and he does have his problems getting in shape at the start of the season. The man led you to a final. Like I think that's lost in all of this. But then he got hurt. And we talk about okay, durability. Luka AD's durability. But then the last couple of years they both kind of pretty much played the same amount of games. They have. AD just played like 76 games last season. So and I'm gonna play the clip next of MAVS GM Nico Harrison talking about the Supermax. And the reporter asked him, okay, so was it an issue of paying him? He's like, pretty much, the issue is not paying him is they felt like they were going to present it and Luka was not going to want to stay. But if you go and watch Luka's press conference with the Lakers, he wanted to stay a Mavs. Luka's hurt. Luka is hurt. He was dejected. He wanted reports after that. He had just bought a $15 million house in Dallas a couple weeks ago, a week before the trade. Luka was about to be a Maverick. He was ready to be a Maverick. They didn't think he was gonna sign, and I don't think they wanted to sign him to all that money. So they got rid of him in hopes of getting something in return, which they didn't get. They didn't get nearly what they would have got had they opened it up to other teams to be able to come in and offer for Luka. But here is Nico Harrison on. Here's Nico Harrison on that max. Everybody talking about the super max with Luka and if they were going to offer.
Yeah, I think it wasn't really like a point. I think it was like, how do we make our team better? There's some unique things about his contract that we had to pay attention to. You know, there's other teams that were loading up. You know, that he was going to be able to decide make his own decision at some point of whether he wants to be here or not, whether we want to supermax him or not, or whether he wants to opt out. So I think we had to take all that. Feel like we got out in front of what could have been a tumultuous summer.
Nico, did you have any indication from him or his representation that he was going to opt out or not take the extension or anything like that?
No, not at all. Not at all. That would lead me to believe that.
Why would the Supermax be a difficult decision on your end?
Oh no, it's not a matter of it being a difficult decision. It's a matter of, you know, once you put that out there, they accept or they don't, and at that point you're on the clock.
Any other teams?
So that was Nico Harrison on the Supermax. He said it right there. That was a main part of this. Why they didn't they tried to put it on Luka. They tried to throw Luka under the bus, saying they felt like they had parts of or were different. And y'all have to understand, they're not going to come and say that on the press conference. Of course, we're going to say we didn't have no indication. But part of that, this is they did not feel like Luka would want to stay because, like I said, given everything they got, I think it's a lot more to this. There's more going on behind the scenes within their culture, stuff that has been said. They probably felt like they're telling Luka, you got to come in and shape. You got to do you this and this and this. They probably like, Luka's not going to want to come back here like of things we've said to him. I'm telling y'all, it's always a lot more to the story when it comes to the media and press conferences. They're not going to say everything. But I want to show this here. After all that was said, now here is Luka himself debunking that theory of maybe he wasn't going to want to sign his contract.
I have no comment yet. They made the decision. I don't know why. But that's their decision, so I can't do nothing about it.
And then one of the reasons that was given was that there was concern that, you know, beyond this summer, or that there's a chance you might not agree to the Supermax extension. Did you or anyone on your inner circle indicate that might be the case?
Absolutely not. It's easy.
So there's Luka Doncic himself saying that I gave no indication from my team or with me or having discussed that I possibly would not sign my next. But to kind of transition over into more so into the credibility part of all this, into our two major sports, the NBA, NFL, to transition over into that. Like I stated, Nico only spoke to his boy Rob and offered the deal. Okay, y'all. Adam Silver is not going to veto this trade. He was not going to veto this trade. He's getting the ratings that he's so desperate. If anything, he's probably a part of it. I'm telling y'all that's not far-fetched. Y'all gonna learn these are businesses. These are entities. It's about entertainment. Whatever they gonna do to bring in ratings, they gonna do. We're gonna get onto that with the Chiefs. Look at the amount of ratings money that has came in from Swifties with Travis Kelce and the Chiefs. I'm telling y'all, the quicker you understand that, the quicker you'll realize about these leagues and I want to pull Whitlock talking about it first, and then I'm gonna give my take. I want to pull Whitlock talking about it and give my take about the veto. He talking about Whitlock felt that Adam Silver should have vetoed this trade, and I'm gonna give my take after y'all listen. I'm gonna give my take as to why he's not, why I think he shouldn't, why he's not going to veto this trade.
Paul Gasol, Shaquille O'Neal, Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and now Luka Doncic. Yeah. This is worth it. And so you brought me to my point. My overall point here is that David Stern said, nah, this is worth it. It's going to damage our credibility. I'm going to veto this trade.
Well,
and that's exactly what Adam Silver should have done here. This trade is too lopsided. It's unfair. It's going to piss off Dallas Mavericks fans. It's going to make this league look scripted and corrupt. Hey, guys, you got to sweeten up this trade. This doesn't pass the smell test.
Oh, so this trade is.
So there's Whitlock and his thoughts on should Adam Silver have vetoed. He feels like he should have. Now, I think the trade messes with the credibility, but he's not going to veto that trade. And let me tell you why he's not going to veto it. Again, the Ravens. Again, Adam Silver has been the owner. Players do whatever they want. Teams, owners, all of them do whatever you want. We can change this for y'all. We can change that for y'all. Oh, I think this should be better. So let me try this. Let me try this. Adam Silver is not David Stern. Adam Silver is not David Stern. I just talked about this in the last live about Adam Silver and how he needs to be a little more involved. Take away all of this control that these teams and owners are starting to have. He's not David Stern. He's not going to veto the trade. And more likely, I don't think he should, because do not bail the Mavs out. Do not bail them out. It's like football when we say a quarterback throws a horrible throw or makes a bad decision, and then their fans, everybody want to call for defensive pass. No, it wasn't defensive pass interference. I'm not bailing you out of that. You're not getting bailed out of that horrible decision from a call from me. Adam Silver probably like, I'm not bailing y'all out of that. That's y'all made that bad. Y'all got to lay in it. But how do we get past the collusion? It's absolute collusion. And for the fact of they secretly did it as well, because they didn't want Danny Ainge to find out the third team involved with the Jazz. They didn't want him to know. That's the part that probably needs to be fixed. That's the part where I get people saying it should have been vetoed. But no, Adam Silver is not the owner to do that. Adam Silver needs those ratings. Like I said, everybody's waiting to watch these games. Everybody's waiting to watch how this plays out. And he's not going to veto the trade. Now, to transition, again, this is about storylines, drama. We're on the NFL. We got a Super Bowl game this Sunday. This trade has overtaken the Super Bowl. We ain't really, if y'all notice, we have not really been talking about the Super Bowl. We have not. And when we mentioned it, after the NFC Championship game, after the AFC Championship game, we're talking about, once again, officiating. Officiating in a major sports league once again. Okay. Roger Goodell had his annual address to the league thing he do every year, kind of address how the season went. Da, 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 da. Of course, he gets up there and says, we're not colluding. He facetiously throws out about, oh, you're talking about the script. Look, I'm telling you, this press conference, they're not going to get on there and say, yes, we're colluding. Now, when we say scripted, I'm going to speak for myself. When I say scripted, I'm not saying there's an actual script. They're saying, oh, the Chiefs are going to win this game, or this many points, this player is going to drop this ball, this quarter's going to make this. No, that's for me personally. That's not the degree we say when we say scripted. When we say scripted, we mean because there's a lot riding on these teams getting to a certain level, because this team is a dynasty, are you going to give them a little friendly whistle? Are you going to give them a close call? We've seen it with Adam Brady, with the last dynasty. Everybody knows that's the tuck rule. We know it as the tuck rule. A rule was created to not have Brady fumble. The Chiefs seem to get every close call. And I'm going to play the clip together talking about it. We even have y'all referees, y'all network have y'all own referees that was once on our field. Yeah, they talk during the game. And even in the Bills game, everybody said Josh Allen got the first down. Most people said Dawson Kincaid had the first down before that. But somehow the Chiefs still managed to get the first down. That's what we are talking about when we say, me personally, when I say it's scripted, certain storylines have to prevail. And I should have realized that in picking a bill. Certain storylines have to prevail. Why do we think the Chiefs have won 17 straight? close games. Now, hey, I said, hey, they block field goals, block punts, da da da. But they've also got some close calls in there too. The game against the Bengals, it was 4th and 16. Patrick Mahomes just threw some shit up. Once again, defensive pass interference. Now he got there early, but it goes into the is any other team getting that call in that moment? I don't think so. Because most of the time when we are at the end of games, you really don't see those calls. He's heaving it up. You don't get that call. That's what we are talking about. So when we talk about storylines, the NBA, you got another player is going to the Lakers. Now we got to deal with this again, and it's this drama of the Lakers and the storyline. There's a storyline in the NFL with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce and all this. So officiating being instructed to carry on the storyline, to cater to the storyline. We need to get the Chiefs into the Super Bowl again. We need to see Taylor. We need to show Taylor Swift in the press box. We need to continue to get the Swifties buying Travis Kelce's jersey. That's where the issue is. That's where it's talks again. But here's Roger Goodell. Let me see. Make sure I pull right Roger Goodell. I gotta start naming my clips. Here is Roger Goodell on kind of. We asked him about trans. How are we being transparent to the fans as far as calls and stuff like that.
I think, as you know, every network officiating that have been officials on our field, and I think they've been helpful in trying to explain those rules. And I think we have been more transparent now. When we make a mistake on the field, we say it. We're not afraid to do that. But there's so many times where there's confusion or they don't understand the rule, and that includes people on television too. Kurt, don't take it personally.
Not in the studio.
And I think that's something we continue to work on to communicate better, educate better, but also to use technology. I think, this game has gotten so much faster. You're seeing so much than you did even 6 years ago. I challenge all of you, go back and look at an NFL game from the year 2000. The quality of what you see, the cameras, the angles, the number of cameras, you see an awful lot more. So we want to use technology to supplement and to assist officials in getting it right.
So that was Adam Silver kind of talking about the technology, using technology. Here's the thing. Everybody else uses technology. Tennis got the line. The ball hit the line, technology. Soccer, we have technology. The ball hit the goal line across the goal line with the player offside. They show the line and the player's body position. So why has it taken so long for the NFL to use it? Y'all, they're not going to introduce this within this 3-year Chiefs run. They're not going to introduce that during no dynasty. Be cognizant and be mindful of what's going on and who we're dealing with when it comes to these sports leagues. So credibility has been lost amongst these leagues. Okay. Both major, what I stated, you look at the baseball, the amount of players the Dodgers get, there's no salary cap, all the best players are going to the Dodgers. Like, it makes it not unwatchable, but unwatchable. MLB too, ratings are horrible there too. Nobody wants to see the same team get the same best players every time. Nobody wants to see all the best players stacked with the Dodgers. Nobody else has that money to be able to, like, nobody wants to continuously watch that. So there's definitely credibility issues. But I want to play this next clip as well of Jason Whitlock again, kind of expounding on his technical credibility, and then I'm gonna tell you after.
Conference finals years ago that everybody believes was rigged. Now it's moved over into the NFL, where all the conversation is about the officials and controversial officiating. And what's behind this? Is it gambling? Is it favoring the Chiefs and Taylor Swift? Is it all about TV ratings? This is the conversation that ordinary sports fans are having constantly. The credibility of professional sports are on the line. Let me give you how Major League Baseball plays it.
Now that's Jason Whitlock. And it was so funny when I saw him talking about it. I saw the header of people. I said, that's the exact same route I was going with this trade. Yeah, we give our best, but I'm like, bro, y'all gotta look deep. The trade and the failed officiating. People are waking up. People are no longer duped about things. And that could be COVID. I think COVID woke a lot of things up with the youth. But people are waking up to what's going on with these businesses and what's going on around the world. People are waking up and fans are tired of it. If technology, and we see this as well, if technology said Josh Allen got the first down, would the refs have given Josh Allen that first down? You see it in the NBA. They take 5 years to review calls, which you can clear, but they still somehow manage to mess it up. In the NFL, they take 5 years to review calls. Even without the technology, you still have some, but you can still see they still somehow manage to mess it up. So if technology, the line would have said Josh Allen got the first down, fans that think it's rigged, and this is where the problem, the NFL and NBA have problems, you still think y'all are gonna find a way to mess it up to get and push certain storylines that y'all want to push. That's where the issue lies. That's where you have the credibility issues. That's why you have people we're talking about officiating, and then we can't even really enjoy or dissect the trade without mentioning here's the collusion. We're gonna make this get another player. To transition into my Super Bowl preview, this week we're doing Super Bowl preview. All Super Bowl preview. I had to kind of get into this Luka trade a little bit more. But live Friday, Saturday, Super Bowl preview. I'm gonna try to get Eagle fan and Chiefs fan on here Saturday night. But after from here on out, we talking Super Bowl preview. When I come on Friday, Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. Storyline to watch out of this Super Bowl game. Is Saquon gonna dominate? Could Saquon potentially be the reason the Eagles lose? Me personally, I don't think Saquon is going to have the big game that the Eagles are going to need, that Jalen Hurts is going to need in order to get them over the hump to win this game. I don't think he's going to give us that dominant Saquon performance. I think the Chiefs had a lot of 100-yard rusher all season. Spagnuolo is the best, not just DC, any assistant coach in big games. Spagnuolo is the best at. They're gonna doubt. Here's how I see it happening though. I think Saquon's gonna get his 100 yards, but it's not gonna be an effective 100 yards. I think he's more so gonna have that Pittsburgh stat line where he could go 19 for 65, probably like a 25 for 100. I think he's more so gonna have that than 150 and stuff he's had in these games. And I say that to say this: when I look at the games they play, and they've only had like, let me see, 3 or 4 games against top 10 defenses in as far as rushing defenses. Okay, they've only played against 3 of said teams. Ravens, they first. They defense is first and rush yards allowed within the season. Saquon had 107. They won a close game. Here's where I'm going. Steelers, 19 for 65. The Jalen Hurts stepped up. Here's where I'm going. Tampa Bay, who's 4th in rushing yards allowed this season. Saquon had 84 total yards. 59 of those came from one long run. They lost 33 to 16. That is more so the game that I think is going to happen. That's more so how I think Saquon is going to perform in this game against the Chiefs. Now, I said Jalen stepped up against the Chiefs. I don't think that's going to be the case against the Jalen stepped up against the Eagles. I don't think that's going to be the case against the Chiefs. I don't. More so because it's bad. That Chiefs D line. I'm telling Fat Nolo, man. He's going to compete. I think this is going to be less of the first matchup. What was like 38, 35. It's not going to be that. I don't think it's going to be that. And we just talked about the Chiefs in close games. If it's close, the Chiefs, the Eagles going to have to blow them out in order to win this game. That's how I see this game going. The Eagles are going to have to blow them out. They're going to try to get Saquon. This is how I see it playing out. They're going to try to get Saquon going. He's not going to get going. And they're going to come away from the run game a little bit. Try to put the ball in Jalen Hurts' hands. And that's where it's all going to go right from there. Jalen Hurts, you even got to see how his ankles, how his knees. He looked fine against Washington. Now, I'm not going to be the one to come up here and say, oh, the Eagles, they ain't going to play nobody. They ain't have to play the Vikings. They ain't have to play the Lions. They played who was presented in front of them. So we all knew the Washington Commanders was not going to do nothing against the Eagles. Not in the playoffs. Saquon's rushing, put Jalen Hurts in rhythm. I think from the beginning, that long, you can look at it, the long run from Saquon, first touch, touchdown, second touch, touchdown. That's not going to happen against the Chiefs. The Chiefs are not going to have 4 turnovers and give Jalen Hurts and the Eagles offense 4 extra possessions. That's not going to happen. We see when they have to go out there, Jalen has to go out there and perform without like turnovers from your defense. He falls like I can name game like against my Jaguars. Like if our offense was competent, we would have won that game. And Saquon had like 159 yards that game. But Jalen, when the run game is or when you're backed up on third downer, can he make a play consistently? Because that's how I see that game going. I see consistently Jalen's going to have to make the plays throwing the ball consistently. And you see that's when they falter. So I think this game going to more so look like that loss they had against Tampa Bay 33-16. But Saquon didn't really get going. Jalen is going to have to be able to get in rhythm throwing because they're going to stop that run. That's how I see this game going. But again, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank y'all for those of y'all that's going to tune in after the fact. Share, comment, like, subscribe. Thank y'all so much. I go live Wednesdays at 6 Eastern Time p.m. Then Fridays 8 p.m. Saturdays 8 p.m. Eastern. Friday, Saturday kind of change, but more so looking for 8 p.m. Again, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure everything done or you try to have fun.